What's up everybody, it's Izzy. Before I even get into this video, I just want to say thank you for the amazing outpouring of support that I got on that last video talking about why I decided to start using PEDs. It means the world to me, and for all of you guys out there who are supporting me, I am not going to let you down this time, I swear it. I'm looking forward to showing some pretty sick stuff here over the next 6 months, 1 year, and beyond. However, I did get a ton of questions on that video about, what is my personal stack? What's my cycle? What am I using? What's the best way to learn about PEDs? Okay, so first of all, I guess a lot of you just don't know, but I have launched a new website. It's called IZZYnarvez.com, and on that website, all of my new content is there. It is a membership site, so you do have to pay a monthly fee. It's $9.99. By signing up, you also get a free copy of my new ebook, and I'm going to be giving discount codes and all sorts of stuff for any new products in the future on that site. But right now what it is there are new articles about form, psychology, nutrition, all sorts of new content that I'm putting out literally every single day. But the biggest draw, obviously, is going to be my personal training log. And it's not just a training log. The log includes everything that I take, as far as the super supplements, the dosages, the timings, the reasons, the explanations, it's all there. You'll get to see my personal lifting program, and right now I'm training 6 days a week, twice a day on a push-pull leg split. I break down the whole thing, the whole program, the progression, the periodization, everything. It's my personal power building program. It's all laid out there and explained. My goals for the block are explained. My exact diet is shown. I show everything that I do every single day. I film every set that I do in the gym, and then I have a video commentary every single day for every single training session. So if you want to know what I'm doing, you can go ahead and go to IZZYnarvez.com and become a member and see exactly what my stack is and what I'm doing. I can't put it out there for free because the legality is crazy. I want it behind a paywall so that Google bots can't find it, and people that want to screw me over, it's going to be harder to do that. The second thing is if you don't want to pay for all that, but you still want to follow me, the place that I'm actually most active on the internet is Instagram. I don't know if people just don't know this, but you can follow me at IZZYnarvez. That's my Instagram name, at IZZYnarvez. That's where you can find me. It's where I'm most active. I post 2 or 3 times a day. I do training posts, I do physique updates, I do free content, form content, psychology content, little clips of stuff that I'm doing. There's tons of free stuff on there. Instagram is where you want to go if you want my free content. So with that said, what I want to address in this video is a question that I got at least 5 times on the last one, which is what is the best way to learn about PEDs? So without further ado, let's talk about the best way to learn about PEDs. So I think the 2 most popular ways to learn about PEDs are 1, browsing internet forums, and 2, ask the big guy, which has now become listen to the big guy on YouTube. Let's talk about both of those methods and why I'm not necessarily a fan. So for the first one, browsing internet forums, there's some advantages, right? The biggest one, I guess, is anonymity, which allows people to give you their version of the truth without repercussion, right? IFBB Pro might be risking his supplement sponsorship if he tells you what's really going on, whereas Juice Dragon 42 on getsuperhuge.com can tell you exactly what he's doing without repercussions because nobody knows who the hell he is. Now, of course, the problem with that is that there's also absolutely no credibility to Juice Dragon. You don't know if he's using somebody else's picture for the avatar or what. It's just a guy, okay? Now, of course, sometimes you are going to run into people who are putting out good information on internet forums. But the problem is that a lot of it is super contradictory, and most of you don't have the scientific background to see, the nuance and who is right and who is wrong. But it's less about who's right and who is wrong because usually they get parts of it right and parts of it wrong. And fitting it all together in a way that makes sense is extremely difficult. And what ends up happening is that whatever somebody believes in the first place, let's say they believe that Tren is the best drug of all time, they'll go on internet forums and they'll find somebody who's saying that and they'll just listen because what they're really looking for is affirmation, not information. And that's the problem with internet forums is that you get so many opinions from so many different people and you can't really tell who knows what they're talking about. So you just find what you already believe in, get that affirmation, and then just do what you were going to do. However, the biggest problem with learning about things on the internet, on internet forums, about PEDs, is that there are underlying commercial interests on these sites. So these sites sponsor sources of people that make and distribute PEDs. One really famous instance of this is a guy named GH15. Some of you guys will know who that is. Big time internet personality on the underground forums, made this huge deal about how amazing HGH is, how it takes bodybuilders to the next level, how you can eat pizza and ice cream and get abs and you don't even have to train. Well, what turns out is that he was accused multiple times of getting kickbacks from HGH suppliers. Surprise, surprise, there's commercial interest at work. A lot of these people are actually drug dealers convincing you to do drugs. Okay, that's what they do. They make money. Okay, that's why the little banner is there on the site telling you to go to that source, because they're getting kickbacks, you understand? So that's the problem, in my opinion, with learning from internet forums. I think the most popular method of all time to learn about steroids is to ask the big guy. Or nowadays, it's listen to the big guy on YouTube, right? Like, who doesn't know who Rich Piana is? I've listened to a lot of Rich Piana videos. If nothing else, even though the science is usually way off, he's a very entertaining guy. And why not, right? It's interesting stuff. Or Boston Lloyd's crazy shit. So the issue, though, with learning from these guys is that they usually don't have a scientific background. So what ends up happening is the information that they give you is what worked for them. And that's fine, because there aren't studies about this stuff. There are no studies on someone using 2 grams of anabolics and insulin and HGH to see what happens. So we need anecdote to even figure this stuff out at all. The problem is that these guys don't know why it works. So they'll give you bro science reasons. I mean, guys, this is the literal genesis of bro science. This is how bro science started. You go up to the big guy in the gym and he tells you to do sets of 30 on 30 seconds rest, and you copy him because he's big. That's how bro science started. You know, eat 10 meals a day to stoke the metabolic fire and all of that shit. You go up and you ask the big guy. And it's because they don't have a background in pharmacology, biology, chemistry, any of these things. So the information that you get, it's a crapshoot. A lot of it ends up being not bad information, but the reasoning behind it is so wrong that you can go and apply it and end up misapplying it and getting yourself into a lot of trouble. Your health is important, and you can't afford to take the risk of listening to Juice Dragon on the forums or just going to ask some big meathead guy who doesn't even have a college education, doesn't know anything about biology, doesn't know anything about chemistry. He just figured out how to work a needle and got great results because he works hard as hell, has good genetics, and knows how to eat. That's not enough. We need the actual science, okay? So both of those methods, especially ask the big guy, not a huge fan. Unfortunately, there's only one real way to get the truth about PEDs, and that's to dive into the literature yourself. Yes, you have to go on PubMed and actually read shit, okay? I've had the personal privilege of speaking with IFBB pros, elite powerlifters, world record holding powerlifters, some NPC competitors, and let me tell you something. Some of the advice they have given me is pure crap. Pure bro science, disproven in the literature that I directly read. So these aren't bad people, they're good people. They're trying to help me out. They gave to me what worked for them. The issue is that they don't have a science background. Okay, so I know I'm not dumb. I know that most of you are not gonna go on PubMed and read a bunch of literature right off the bat. So what I wanna do is give you 2 methods that I believe are the best ways to currently learn about PEDs. Number 1 is a book called Anabolics by William Llewellyn. And number 2 is my guy, Broderick Chavez, over at Team Evil GSP. So I want to start off with Anabolics by William Llewellyn. This is a textbook on PEDs. There are over 1,000 citations and references in the book. Every compound is covered, the chemical profile, the history, how it was originally distributed, the original medical dosing. Everything is covered, the current thoughts on how to dose it for athletes, what athletes are doing with it. All of these things are covered. So this is a great, great handbook, a quick reference guide if you want to learn about a specific compound and go in and see what it's all about, what it's doing, and have actual science behind it. And then if you need to know more, you can look at the references that he used and read the studies yourself to get a better picture. And of course, yes, the book includes larger overall details about cycle design. It gives example cycles. It gives PCT advice. It tells you the science behind the HPTA axis and all of that. So it is the #1 and only book that I recommend for this subject. If you want a starter course on how to learn about PEDs, you must read Anabolics by William Llewellyn. Now, the textbook is like $80 to $140. I know most of you won't pay that. That's the 11th edition. It's the most current one. It's the best one. The ebook version, I believe, is the Kindle version, I believe, is either the 10th or the 9th edition, but it's only $9.99. So that's a sweet deal. It's 5 or 6 years out of date, but $9.99, sweet deal. You can't beat that. That's where you need to start. Get Anabolics by William Llewellyn before you do anything else. Read it cover to cover multiple times. This is your health we're talking about. You can fuck yourself up for life. You could fuck yourself up for life, okay? So do your research. Don't jump into it. Get Anabolics by William Llewellyn. That's my #1 suggestion. It's the best book out there, period. So my second suggestion is to learn from my guy, Broderick Chavez over at Team Evil GSP. I just did a video with Broderick on the differences between training natural and enhanced. If you want to watch that video and get a feel for Broderick, his style of communication, his level of intelligence, go ahead and do that. But let me put it to you like this. When I want to learn about nutrition, I go to a guy like Lyle McDonald, okay? Expert in the field, everyone recognizes him as one of the best nutritional minds out there. When I want to learn about training and programming, I'm going to go to a guy like Dr. Mike Israetel, okay? PhD, has really advanced the way that we think about volume and volume landmarks in the past 3 or 4 years. Completely changed the game with those concepts. But you know what? Do you know who those two guys go to when they want to learn about pharmacology? They go to Broderick Chavez, and so do I. I am a member of Broderick Chavez's site. I pay for exactly one membership site, and it's Broderick's, because he is the guy that I want to hear from when it comes to learning about PEDs. Why? He's been doing them since he was 16. He grew up learning from Tom Platz. He grew up learning from some of the best guys in the game, competed at a national level as a teen, as a bodybuilder. He's worked with IFBB pros, world record holding powerlifters, directly worked with these people. He's got over 30 years of in the trenches experience. And most importantly about Broderick, he has a background in biology. So everything that he's saying is couched in science. The explanations that he gives you make sense. They're not only backed by that biology background, but the guy has applied these methods on IFBB pros. So he's not just another guy spouting off information that he learned off PubMed with no practical experience. He's got 30 years of practical experience and the biology background. There's nobody else that meets that criteria. And like I said, if that's not enough for you, like I said, Dr. Mike Israetel goes to Broderick for consultation on some of these issues. If that's not a big enough endorsement, on top of the fact that IFBB pros go to him as well, I don't know what is. Broderick's the guy that you're gonna wanna learn from, and I'll put a link to his website in the description box as well. So that's pretty much gonna do it for this video. I just wanna give you some final thoughts about the best ways to learn about PEDs. Again, get Anabolics by William Llewellyn. That book changed my complete understanding, gave me a 180 on PEDs, gave me low-down information from the actual research, the actual literature. Get it, that's enough said. If you need more than that, if you want to talk to somebody one-on-one, consider a consultation with Broderick. He works with the best of the best. His website, top-notch. Again, I'm a member there. Also, guys, don't forget, my website, IZZYNarvez.com, does cover this stuff in detail. I do a weekly Q&A where I answer questions about PEDs every single week. I have a forum where you can ask me questions directly. So don't forget about me. I mean, I'm not the world's preeminent expert. I'm still learning. I'm a beginner to this stuff, but I do know quite a bit. You guys know me. I'm meticulous. I'm a researcher. I learn everything that I can before I form an opinion, before I do something. So I'm glad to help you too. If you like my style and you like the way that I communicate, come ask me for help, man. I know a little bit about this stuff too. But overall, get Anabolics by William Llewellyn. Check out Broderick's site. And one last thing, be careful. Do your homework. You could fuck yourself up for life. For life. Your health is too important to listen to Juice Dragon 42 on the Get Big forum, or to listen to Rich Piana or some other juice head who has no science background. Take your health more serious than that. Treat yourself better than that. Get Anabolics. Do your research. Do your homework. I did my homework for over 5 years before I made the jump, okay? I recommend that you do the same thing. Be careful. Be safe. And as always, my friends, good luck with your training. One last thing, though, before I end this video. Again, if you guys want more content from me for free, check out Instagram, @IZZYNarvez. That's where you can find most of my free content. There's also free content on IZZYNarvez.com. And again, if you guys like this content, you like the new direction that I'm going, keep in mind I do have tons of new content for naturals as well. I'm not going to be just doing enhanced content. But if you guys want my new content, it's going to be on IZZYandOurBest.com for the most part. And I hope to see more of you guys as members inside there, asking me questions and allowing me to help you get to your goals. Anyways, once again, thank you guys so much for the support on these last few videos. It means the world to me. I'm juiced up, I'm fired up to not let you guys down, to go out and kill it, make some sick gains. And that's it. Good luck with your training. Like I said before, have a great day. Peace.